Plants communicate with us. They don't communicate obviously with words, but they communicate with their energy, their essence, and the way that they show themselves. So for example, carrots are good for your eyes. So if you take a carrot and you cut it in half and you look at it, it looks like an eye. Another example of plants talking to us is hawthorn. So I have a bunch of hawthorns that grow in the front of my house. They are really beautiful. They have these large spikes. They have green kind of heart-shaped leaves, and they have these really beautiful white flowers in the spring, and then they have these red berries that the birds love. And hawthorn is really good for heart and heart conditions. So when you take hawthorn and you harvest the leaves and bark or the branches and you boil it, it turns a really bright red color. And the medicine that is made out of hawthorn is very bitter. So you think heart issues, heartache, a lot of bitter herbs are good for the heart. So that's hawthorn. Another example is motherwort, which is known as Leonaris cardiaca, which in Latin means strength of a lion, or like lion's heart. Cardiaca is heart, so lion. So it's good for strengthening the heart. So motherwort is another one that is very bitter. When you try it, it's like very, very strong and potent. So going back to why do I do yoni steams, it's a way for me to work with the herbs. So your mucous membranes in your mouth and in your vagina are able to absorb herbs and medicine within seconds. So if you put something under your tongue or in your vagina, you will feel it right away. So for example, a lot of women will put a clove of garlic in their vagina in pregnancy, or, you know, if they're trying to avoid a yeast infection, or at the end of pregnancy to prevent group B strep. If you put a garlic clove in your vagina, you will instantly taste garlic in your mouth because it goes into your bloodstream, which is also why you shouldn't be having sex with guys unless you're really into them, and, you know, because you just don't want to have that essence, that energy in you, unless you really know that that's a good person. So yoni steams are a way to work with the herb, work with the energy of the herb. They're a way to get to know herbs and learn about them. So that's why I do it every week.